Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Kettering, and I'm with my colleagues Yvette Vera and Kelly Goldberg. We're BCBAs at Bancroft, and we're here to share a training video and protocol for increasing mask tolerance in the children and adults that we support at Bancroft. So we're going to go over step by step a 2-page protocol that'll be posted to the Buzz and sent out via email from Karen Lindgren.
The first step in the protocol is desensitizing. And really what you want to do is have them become comfortable with the mask around. So you want to have the mask in the environment, but just don't place it on them during this step.
For step 2, there's 2 sections. Section A is just asking the person to start to see if they can wear the mask or put the mask on themselves. And if not, you can certainly help them. For section B, this is just asking them to try multiple masks if feasible, especially since there's different types of masks out there right now with different characters. There's ones with just a bandana, the ones that go behind your ear. So in this section, you just want to write down whether or not they can actually wear the mask themselves or not, and the preferred mask type that they chose.
Look, bud, here's a couple of different ones. Which one do you like? Like that one? You want to try to put it on?
I wish this. Can you help me? Can you help me?
This is my son, and he tried on
I can't put it on.
choosing a different one.
The third step is to set a goal. And the way you want to determine the goal is to think about the person served activities that they enjoy doing in the community, and then determine your goal number of minutes to wear the mask based on your ultimate desire for them to wear the mask.
Step 4, you want to identify preferred activities that they can do while wearing the mask. You want to try to kind of distract them a little bit so they won't focus on the mask itself. So you want to identify those preferred activities such as watching TV, coloring, playing on the iPad, taking a walk.
And then write this down on this step.
The next step is number 5, and that is to identify a preferred item to earn for wearing the mask. To identify a reinforcer, you'd want to use a small edible or a tangible item, perhaps an iPad or something like that. If you're not sure exactly what they might like, ask the person or ask some people who know them well.
Step 6, once you identify those preferred activities, this is the time where you want them to engage in that activity while they're wearing the mask. And you want to record how long they will wear it without touching it. You want to start the timer when they put on the mask, and then you want to, of course, stop the timer once they touch or take off the mask. And this is where you would record the total duration.
And I'll demonstrate this with my son.
Here, bud, you can keep it on the Spider-Man. Listen, I'm gonna set a timer and see how long you can do it, okay?
He didn't go very long without touching it.
You can put a Spider-Man though.
And then on
Can't touch that.
still didn't go very long.
The next step, step number 7, is to continue the activity that you had selected previously, and you would choose your starting duration based on the baseline from the previous step. So once you had that duration, you would ask the person served to wear the mask again. If they wear it for that duration or longer without touching it or taking it off, then they would have access to the reinforcer. You would then increase the duration gradually, and then upon successful completion, they would continue to earn access to the reinforcer. Here's the data sheet. What you'd want to do is make 1 note per day on the data sheet, and you would write down the starting duration, which is the last time that you measured it, and then how long you set that would be how long you'd set the timer for the first trial. If you do this more than once, you would write down the longest duration that they were able to wear the mask.
I'll also demonstrate this with my son.
Okay, we're gonna color some more.
We started with a really short duration
Don't touch
for
it with
the
your
first
hands, okay?
time.
Where's that color with
He
pink?
earned
No,
something.
don't touch
It was
my
for
hands.
Where's
All right,
that?
ready?
a
I'm starting
short
the
period
timer.
of time.
Where's that color pink?
Is that it? No. Oh, here. No. That's good. Good job. Hey, all right.
Is it all done?
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it off. Right. Is it take it off? Yes, take it off. Okay, bud. Here.
So the
we're gonna
first
try
one
again.
started really
All right?
short.
This time.
That's my not sure. That's why at face I make when I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Okay, remember? Don't touch with your fingers, okay? I'm starting the timer, okay? Which color you want? You want this pink one again?
No, I want to make one basketball. I want to do one color this and another color this.
Okay. Do you want me to do any? Or do you want me to just watch? Let me just watch. All right. Good job. Here, take it off on the sides. Good job. Yeah.
So if I was going to write down how the day went yesterday, I would put down the date, my initials. We started really short with 5 seconds based on how long he initially wore it. And we ran this a couple of times throughout the day. And the last one, which you observed, was for 30 seconds. Now, a couple of things that we changed during the time is we started out playing with Spider-Man, but because he couldn't talk very well with the mask on, he preferred to choose something else. So we ended up using crayons. And so I might write that down at the end of the day. So if somebody else was going to do this with them tomorrow, they would have that information. So the last couple of things that we're going to talk about, as Kelly mentioned, you'll continue to sort of increase the time until you hit your goal. But there's a couple other things to keep in mind. Kelly, you want to speak to generalization a little bit?
It's just important to test out different kinds of masks and different situations so that there's some flexibility with the mask wearing. You don't want the person to become attached to only one mask or only wear a mask if a certain person presents it to them or if a certain reinforcer is available. So you just want to vary that to add a level of flexibility in mask wearing.
Challenge behavior, Yvette?
So our person started engage in challenging behavior surrounding mask wearing. And if this is the case, you want to make sure that you reach out to your manager so they can reach out to an ABA specialist, behavior analyst, or just another clinician on the team to help assist.
So we aren't recommending that you continue with this protocol, right? If we see challenging behavior. And then last, individuals might engage in mouthing or pica. You might want to try different mask types that might have curbed this behavior a little bit differently. Kelly, I think you also had a suggestion to wear, what was it?
Spit guard or a mask with a plastic visual screen.
Yeah, so that might also prevent those behaviors. But again, this is just a starting point. If this doesn't work for those individuals, we'll identify them and hopefully target this in a more individualized manner. But otherwise, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.